Hello, creative friends, and welcome to the Stamping Squad. My name is Cheryl Dorsey. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. And let me fix my camera, little phone here. I think we're crooked. We'll start off crooked. Okay. I think that might be a little bit better, hopefully. All right. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Glad you're here today. Hope your week is starting off really good, really, really good. And I see we do have some folks on right at the beginning. Yay, you're very prompt. You're on time today. And I'm on time today as well. So that's awesome. If you're watching live, jump in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. I'm in Southern California, if you didn't know. And if you're watching the replay later, that's awesome too. Let me know where you're watching from. So today we've got a fun card. I always say that, but I always think that. So, and it's a little bit of a fun fold. So it really is a fun card, I guess. Fun fold, fun card. Let's talk about the pieces that I have already prepared here. This is a piece of Lost Lagoon, and the measurements are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I've got a piece of basic white. If I can pick it up. Oh, why that's so hard to pick up. There we go. Basic white. And it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then I've got a piece of petal pink. It's the same. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then I've got some other pieces down here. This is pecan pie, this pretty brown color. It is 2 1/4 inches by 3 3/4. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper. It's the same. All right, it's the same size, so that same measurement. Another little piece of the designer series paper. This is a skinny piece. It is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And then I have another piece of Lost Lagoon. And this one is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. And I've already scored it right here. You can see the score line at 3/4 of an inch. So I already put that in. And then these are just some scraps of basic white that we are going to stamp on. So before I get started, I just wanted to draw your attention up here in the corner. This is me, Cheryl Dorsey. That's my website. So if you want to talk to me, if you have a question, if you want to make a suggestion, if you're just curious about what my Stampin' schedule is like or what my projects have been in the past, you can find all that stuff on my website. So I welcome you to check that out. And also, if you didn't get those measurements, don't worry. In the link below the video, there is, well, in the description below the video, there is a link, and that will take you to this project page on my website. And the measurements are there. And there's also a shopping list for all the things that I'm going to use today for this card. So all the info that you need is there. Let's stamp first. How about that? So I'm going to just move some of these other things out of the way. And let me tell you what we're using today. I'm using Storybook Friends. So this stamp set and the Storybook Friends dies. First of all, I'm going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. And I'm going to stamp a rabbit. So this card, I'm going to put an Easter sentiment on it, but I think it would be cute just as a springtime card because we think, I don't know, we think about rabbits as a little springtime animal. So let me ink this up. There we are. And the stamp our bunny. right there. He's so cute. Can you see him? He's kind of like a little pencil drawing. He's adorable. And we'll put a little color on him in just a minute, not too much. I'm going to put away this black ink pad and pull out Misty Moonlight. So be sure and jump in the chat. Tell me where you're watching from. If you have questions along the way, I try to look up there every once in a while and see what's going on. I'm going to use a sentiment from the stamp set that says, "Some bunny loves you." Very cute. So I'm just going to stamp that on this little scrap. There we go. And then I also want to stamp on this piece. And I want to take this, I'm not going to glue it on yet, but I'm just going to place it on here because that tells me where I want to stamp the sentiment that says Easter greetings. So I'll ink that one up. And put it right about there. There we go. And put that away. Let's put a little bit of color on our bunny. We'll do some die cutting here in a minute. And we're also going to use an embossing folder. So we've got a lot of tasks ahead of us. This is light creme cake. And I'm not going to color in the whole rabbit. I'm just going to go over his ears right here. And I'm letting the lines that are part of the stamp guide me as to where I'm going to put some color right there. Then I'm just going to, it's almost like making little dots because I don't want a heavy, solid line. Just putting little dots of this crumb cake around the edges. And those are just like little tiny strokes. Sometimes I think with the coloring that less is more. He's just so cute and he's pretty detailed. So I don't really want to cover all that up. I want to be able to see all the little lines and the texture that they have put on him. So filling in with a little bit of color where all of these lines are. Has anyone seen any baby bunnies this spring? I have not. We moved in the fall, and so now we are living more in town. We were a little bit more out of town, where we lived previously, and every year, pretty much every year, we would see some baby bunnies. They're so sweet. All right, there we are. Now, just a couple more touches I want to do here with our rabbit. This is light flirty flamingo, and I'm putting a tiny bit right here and here at the base of his ears. And I'm gonna take this and just put a dot where his nose is. Then I'm gonna follow that up with my dark petal pink, and just gonna blend it out a little bit because the flirty flamingo is kind of a little bright. So just blend it out, his ears a little bit. I just didn't feel like the dark petal pink was quite enough. So I added that flirty flamingo. And then this is my light misty moonlight. So I'm just going to color his cute little bow tie. And because it is such a delicate image, small spaces that we're coloring, I'm just kind of dotting the color in there. There, he's all done. Let's see. Super cute. Love that. All right, let me go ahead and put this on so I don't lose it. I grab my multi-purpose glue and this paper is a set that is called Storybook Moment. It's part of the suite. So the Storybook Moment suite has paper and it also has the stamp set and the dies. All right, let's put that out of the way. I'm going to get my cut and emboss machine, bring it over here. Let me get my platform and my plates so we can make a sandwich. There we go, my well-loved plates. So let me get the bunny. Let's put him on here. And the die is here. And I am going to use a little piece of this Post-it note tape. I like to use that to hold my dies in place. It's sticky, but not too sticky. So, I mean, it's kind of like a Post-it note. So, if you didn't want to use the tape, you could just use a Post-it note itself to hold things steady. I can get it lined up to start with. That will be great. There we go. I'm just going to put that right on there like that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and grab this, the Somebody Loves You. And I am using a die. Here it is from the Nested Essentials dies. There they are. I love these. Use those a lot. So this is from that set. See if I can get that on there somewhat straight. I am going to use another piece of Post-it note tape just because I don't want it to move around. Mary Novak is here. And Lori. Oh, Lori, you're not too far away. Simi Valley. I used to live up in the San Fernando Valley in Bell Canyon. I don't know if you know where that is, but I've sure been to Simi Valley. Okay, now we're ready to rock and roll here. Let me get my top plate in place. There we are. And send this through. We've got our Somebody Loves You, and I'm just going to set that over here out of the way. And we've got our bunny. Here he is, darling. We'll put him over there as well. And now we're going to do more die cutting. I am going to grab this piece of pecan pie, and I'm going to use one of the other dies from the Storybook Friends. It's this frame die. It's really pretty. And I don't know if you saw it, but it's probably been 3 weeks or so ago. I made another card with one of the other frame dies in that set. So we will run this one through. Trying to get my computer back over here where I can see it. There we go. Okay. We've got this, and I'm just going to put those pieces aside. And here we are. I need my take your pick tool so I can push out these pieces. There we go. Don't need those. And let's push it to loosen it up so we can get it out of there. And there we go. It kind of wants to stick in there a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to gently ask it to come out of there. There we are. Ta-da! All right. That was so much fun. We're going to do it again. I'm going to take this piece of designer series paper and we're going to cut one out of that. So get that lined up. Put our top part on. And run this one through. There we go. Take these pieces away that we don't need. Wow, that one doesn't want to let go. There it goes. Perfect. All right. So this is the middle part, right? And now we've got this. That's the frame, just like the brown one. I'm going to go ahead and punch those little pieces out, move those out of the way. But the frame that's in here, I'm not using. I'm not using today. I'm using this. But um, after we're off camera, I'm going to take this out of here and save it because I can use that frame on another project. And I'm going to use this piece. Now we need to use an embossing folder. I'm going to grab this piece of petal pink. Remember that? And I'm using today the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. I love this one. Let's get it in here. I'm gonna hit my phone there. So because it is a 3D, we've got the base, and I just need plate number 4 to go on top of this. We've got Julie and Judy. Hi, Julie. Ohio and Judy in Maryland. Hey, you all. Thanks for being here. All right. Now we can move this out of the way. Take these away. All right, let's see what we've got here. Very pretty. There we go. That side. Okay. Now I think we're ready to start putting some stuff together. You don't need that. Let's just start with this. This is going to go on the front right here. So let's put that in. We are having a heat wave. Is it hot up in Simi Valley, Lori? Is it hot up there? It's like, I think it's like 90 degrees here today, which just seems crazy for March. Tell me what you think about this color combination, because I couldn't decide. It's like one day I liked it, one day I wasn't sure. I think I like it. At the end, I'll show you another card. It's a little different. And now let's do this. I'm going to take this piece that had the score line on it, and I'm going to attach this little frame right there. So I'm just going to grab my glue and get a little bit on here. Don't need to put glue on every inch of it, right? Just enough to hold it in place. I don't want to get too much because we don't want it squishing out. And put just a little tiny bit right here and a dot right there. Okay. Now, let's put this in here. Oops, jumping around. That looks pretty straight. And now, remember this? We're going to put this in the middle. How about that? So that's the background for our frame. Oh, Judy, okay, very soft and pretty. Yeah, it is soft. Um, so it is kind of Eastery, I think. Lori, yeah, you're at 82. Sunny and warm. I think tomorrow it's going to be that way too. All right, our bunny is going to go in here, but hold on. I'm going to take this little punch. It's a corner rounder punch. And because the corners of this little frame are round, I thought, why not round the corners of my cardstock as well? I'm going to look in the back here, make sure it looks right. Ta-da! I love a corner rounder punch. I really do. I always like to look at the back though. I don't know why. Here we go. Ooh, Mary, 43. And windy. Sorry. I grew up in Oklahoma. That's where I am from originally. And that song that says the wind comes sweeping down the plain, they weren't kidding. It can get very windy there. Yeah, it looks like everybody likes that embossing folder. I really do. Okay. Lots of these little bitty baby dimensionals on there. There we are. Now, before I put him on, I'm going to put this on here. So let me fold and burnish this on the score line. And I'm going to fold it back and forth. I want to break down the paper fibers a little bit more, just so it will lay down a little bit better. After it's been in an envelope, it will definitely lay down better. But for now this is going to go right here on the front like this. You see, it's just flipped over the back right there. So let's put a little bit of glue on here. All right. And I'm not going to put it all the way over to the edge, and I'm not going to center it. I'm just going to kind of offset it right here. Fold that over. Make sure it's all the way down on there. And give that a good press. All right. Let's go ahead and put this, because this card doesn't open like a normal card. It's just kind of got a front and a back and the little flap on the front. So this is going to go on the back. You have a nice place to write your message. I'm going to scoot that around just a little bit to get it a little bit straighter. All right, there we go. Let's go back over here. So this is going to go under here, under the flap. So if you open the flap, you see this cute little message. It says somebody loves you. So fun. And I'm just going to put it, I'm going to make sure, that it's not going to stick out on the sides. And I'm just going to kind of place it where I think it looks pretty just on the card. I don't know. That's just where I like it. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to cover it up. And now we've got our little bunny. We need to take all of these off. So in just a second, I'll show you the other card and you can tell me which one you like better. Oh, I guess I already took that piece off. And you guys remember, if you make a purchase on my website this month, I am going to send you one of my handmade cards. And if your purchase, if the product value is $100 or more, I'll send you a little gift. So I love doing that. That's my pleasure to do that. All right, here we go. I guess, am I too far up? I can't tell. Here we go. Ta-da! Somebody loves you, and then Easter greetings, and our nice message goes on the back. I think it's fun. It's kind of, it's simple. It's not real complicated, but I do think it's a fun little card. All right, here, let's look at the other one. And this one is the first one that I made when I was kind of testing this out. And I just kept the Lost Lagoon for the whole card. So the layer is the same as the base. So this is where I just kept going back and forth as to which one I like. I like to ask my husband, who is not a paper crafter. I always ask him, which card do you like better? He picked this one. He picked that one. But I think it is a fun little card. And I got to use a lot of things today. So that is always fun too. Oh, I know. I wanted to show you the envelope. I had stamped an envelope for it. I used one of the other stamps, and this is like a little bunny. He's a little baby bunny. So sweet. So that'll make a cute envelope for one of these cards. All right, you're all chiming in. Okay. Good. I'm glad you like them. I hope that you make one. I hope that you make one. And Lori likes the contrast. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for today. I will be back here live next Monday. I've decided that Mondays are a good day for me. So it's my intention to be here every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock Pacific time. And if you're available at that time, I'd love to see you back here. All right. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.